Let's see here. I don't know if we got a new YouTube link again. It looks like we're back. Is this the same as before? Yeah, it is another new one. That's a bummer. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. Should be back up now on that other new link. I don't know. I'll have to I'll try to dig into it some, figure out what's going on. It is weird though. I did get no hiccup on the music again. It's kind of strange. Back to live on Twitch. Okay. Okay. So hopefully that'll come back in for you all. Let's do we run pre-commit? It failed. Okay, this is not a repo. Get a init. I think the next problem is pre-commit's only looking at files that are checked in. Git add, git ignore, git add. Does that have an idea? Yeah. Git add all. Okay. Recommit. Yeah, it's definitely, this is the worst it's been that I can recall it. I usually don't get it. I mean, honestly, it's rare to get it twice in the same day. Definitely even within like 30 or 40 minutes of each other. Import order. Yeah. Line too long on the comment. Let's break that up some. Got another one on line 20 as well. Could just split right there. Oh, line 20 is going to be tough, I guess, because this is a link. I don't know if we can just split it, honestly. Too few public methods. So we'll eventually have a public method that is tied to the keys and the keypad. But for right now, I think we'll just be fine with that pilot error. I don't know what I'm going to do about the line too long. Can you... that seems like it's not going to work. I guess it will get rid of the pilot issue, but when we render the docs, I don't think it will work, right? CP docs? I think I have to go inside of here. I never did. Somebody showed me one day how I could set this up to not need to go CD inside of. I have not done it yet. Board has no module, GP9. Well, it does on this device. Do we need to mock board out? To mock board? What is going on here? Okay. You don't usually have to mock board, do you? Maybe it's because the Pico's pins have such strange names. Like, I would assume it's gonna get board from Blinka. Because we have Blinka here. So I guess it's going to get bored from there, and the Blinka board doesn't have GP9 or GP8 because it doesn't have GP anything. They're not named that. Yeah, that got past that. Yeah, so now the problem though is we do have start string without end string. I think this is probably on this line that we new lined, right? Yeah. Because now that succeeded on everything in that file, we do have this error now. Readme 96. I think that's because we don't have an example. Yeah. I guess what we could do is minimize this even further. So what is the absolute bare minimum? Python import initialize. That's it. Then maybe print something, I guess, so that you could prove it's working. If you ran these in the REPL, I think that's all you need to actually run something from the library. I have a REPL back here. I can paste all of these, but yeah, the indent is going to mess it up. Okay. Go one at a time. Oh yeah, actually we don't even really need the print because there is already a print. Well, we're not going to have that though. We're going to take that out. Yeah, we're going to take that out. But we will do this. And there we go. Hello world. Got it printed. So that serves as an even simpler simple test. We will go back and take out our prints. Did I edit it on the one in the device only? I did. So this actually doesn't matter because it's not in the repo, but I'll take them out. Okay. So now our README has code. Is there supposed to be a new line maybe? Looks like there's more posts on this. Thanks for catching and fixing one suggestion. Expected a SPI. Expected a SPI. Can do that. Copy. Thumbs up. Fix that real quick. I know I'm bouncing around a little bit back and forth, but expected SPI, save, make translate. Pre-commit, run all files. I should make an alias for pre-commit. Or I should just start installing, I think is the right verb, but like you can set it up where it actually runs when you try to push, but honestly I kind of like the manual step, run it before you push, because then like there's lots of times where I notice things that make me not want to push, so like I don't really want to have already started that process. An alias would be nice though. Let's go, that looks fine, push. And expected A, should be A or an? Yeah, I guess it would be A. Change error message. Okay, that should be our only change. And indeed, it looks like it is. Same here. It's interesting, this is saying it's an addition. Did we get a removal? Get a removal? Spy. There it is. Yeah, we did get a removal. Okay. Yeah, I was scrolling through here looking for it, but of course, if it got removed, then it's not going to be there. But let's see here, it did get removed. Okay. Omega none check 4-wire, yes. Those are our only two changes. There's the removal. 4-wire. Yes, good. Okay, push. Okay. Where was I before that? Ooh, this is very small. Yeah, okay, we ran docs. Docs built successfully. Not gonna be very much in them at this point, but that's fine. So I think we're ready to push this for the first time. GitHub, new repo. That's the name for it. That seems like a good description. It's public. We already have a git ignore. We already have license file. We already have a readme file. Is that true? Does this keep getting scrolled over? Yeah, we have a license. MIT, that's good. Okay. Copy. Git remote add foamy guy. Actually, we don't have any yet. Add, no, yeah. Git remote add foamy guy. Paste. Remote v foamy guy. The other problem actually is that we are on main. You know what? Speaking of following rabbit holes, I'm gonna follow one more real quick. Hopefully this one is not quite as deep. PyCharm change default branch to main. Manage get branches. Default. Not looking good. There's a ticket. That is simply not true, because when you run get init, you get master. But when you create it in GitHub, you get main. Oh, there's a global for it. There's a global for it. Okay, maybe that'll be fixed next time. But this time it doesn't count because we already initted it before. Git checkout -b main. Okay. Commit. Initial commit. It's added to do items, that's fine. I'm gonna push anyway for now. We got main. All the files. Push. It's probably gonna fail actions when it gets pushed. Yeah, I'm guessing it'll fail. That's fine. We have the initial files out though. Okay. Recommit run A. Oh. Does -A work the same as all files? I should do that. It set it in global config. Okay, cool. Yeah, so hopefully that command I think would have done the same thing. And then next time, I think next time it'll do main by default, if I understand. So let's try to do the keys real quick. And then maybe I'll call it a day after that. Let's see, did anything else on this? No. It's running the last action still. Okay, let's go find learn guide keypad. This is what we want. Okay. We want to set this up inside of our library. And we'll provide a get events or something that the user needs to call once through the main loop. So we could go here. Keypad, guess should be up here maybe, I don't actually know. Display, so this is going to be self keys equals keypad, and we need a tuple of all the key IO pins, which we have here. Does the order matter? Let me close some tabs. Get events. I guess it will, events will be a list. Key number. Yeah. Events will be a list down GP18 left GP16 then enter is GP3, A is 15, B is 17. Value impressed. Not actually sure. This page might say. Suspect we could just run it and find out though. This is about spy. That doesn't actually say which way these are pull. That's alright, we'll find out when we run it. Okay, this should be self dot. Okay, now we'll provide a function def key events. Self keys events get. I guess, does it not do a list? What happens if multiple things are pressed? Surely this returns a list, right? Because it says events even. Events with an S. YouTube's having issues, possibly. Hopefully we'll make it back alright. Keypad. Keys. Events. What is this on? This is on events. Event Q. Event Q. It's gotta be list. It's gotta be list-like, at least. It's gotta be. If events for event in events, we'll just print it for now. So we can take this, put it into lib, overwrite. Camera. Okay. So we have CodePy running now. We should be able to run CodePy and It'll put hello world. Uh-oh. Why would we have gotten spy none? We got our error. Did I not fix it in here? Yeah, I didn't fix it in here. Okay. Let's do this in the repo. Good thing we made that new version. Okay. This is running. So do the buttons work? No. Buttons do not work. Oh, I never called it. I never called it. We need to do that. Yeah. Code, while true, will eventually we'll return the events. What did I call that? Yeah. I guess I could return this and then put this outside. I don't know, I might compile them into a dictionary or something so that they're easy to interact with. I don't know, I'll leave it for now. The other thing is we're not going to see this unless we have the REPL open. Oops. Event is not iterable. So is it not a list? Interesting. Curious. What does it do if multiple things happen? There we go. Okay, so the polarity and everything must be right in terms of the pull and stuff, because we are getting pressed when we press, we're getting released when we release. Okay, so you just get separate events next time you call, then you just get the new ones. So that's why it's not a list. Okay, let's check the directions. Actually, let's do this a little bit differently. Let's say... let's say if event, let's not print this. Instead, let's say tempted to use a dictionary, but I think I'll just use if statement instead. Key number. No. Released. It's released a Boolean. Some more action here. Validate type. Yeah, bitbang maybe. Not sure about that. 7, yeah, passing in something that's not none, but also not a spy bus. Of course, I don't know if it will lead to the same hard crash. Anyway, I'll work on that later. You gotta go that way, buddy. Do want a dictionary. Down. Left. No. A. We need center still. B. Through. Okay, there's two properties. So what I want is if event pressed print pressed format Or can I not use that? Self? Oh, yeah. Event key number? Guess it could be else, but I'll do it this way. So now we should get labels corresponding to actual keys. I don't know why this always scrolls. Up pressed, up released, left pressed, left released, down pressed, down released, right pressed, right released, enter pressed, enter released, A pressed and released, B pressed and released. Okay, so we're good now. So eventually I will make this return something instead of just printing. Yeah. For right now, though, I think I'm gonna copy this back to the repo. Make sure spy is fixed still, yeah. Okay. Don't need this. Okay. Adding key pad. Let's actually say this, adding key events. Push that. Okay. Let me see what Jeff said and see if I can do that real quick. I think I'm going to call it here pretty soon. I did get the library done, which is the main thing that I was trying to do today. The next thing I want to do with this is make a little game that can run on it. I think I'm going to try to make a Pac-Man type clone. That'll have to be on a different stream, I think. Maybe we'll do that next week. Possibly I'll do it in between. What does this say? Arg validate type plus IO spy type. Arg validate type. I do like actually doing it outside of here because that gave me my links. Git grep this grep shared bindings session. Validate type. So does that raise its own error? Like possibly that will raise its own error because these don't have like a raise value error. Let's add the parentheses. Is that how that works? All right, we'll see if this works, and then I'll probably call it a day for that. Nice. Congratulations on finishing up the work for the day. It's always a good feeling. No. A few arguments. I don't know what the third argument is supposed to be. PQ string. Guess it would be this one. It's going longer this time. Could be a good sign. All right. Got a successful write. Copy this, and we need to go back to bootloader. Boot select. It's a button on the hub. Should get us there. All right, so if we didn't break anything, then we'll get the screen back, which we did, so that's good. But the next question is, wire crash. There we go. And it already, yeah, it does have a, its own error message already. And 7. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So make translate. I need to go up, I'm not sure. Alright, I will push this and then I'm gonna call it after that and find something to eat. This should now be just a removal. This no longer has an if statement, but instead uses validate type. Made it to the end, okay. So we'll call this a tip just because pointers are like things that exist also. This context kind of. Guess I added a new line. if that's a problem or not. Probably not. Although I guess I didn't run pre-commit, did I? Pre-commit. Hopefully it passes. Fingers crossed. Yeah, okay. Okay. So there we go. We made a new library to support this piece of hardware, helper library, that wraps all the things that are on this device to a nice, easy to use object. I'll go back to my hello world here maybe. And we also fixed the bug that we found in CircuitPython core. So took up a little bit of the time, but definitely well worth it because it's much nicer for that to raise an exception. And I'm just glad to be the one to find that. Hopefully, so far, the only one to find it. I hope nobody who's new to CircuitPython found it, because I could see how that could be pretty frustrating, definitely, if you accidentally save that into your CodePy and then your device basically doesn't work anymore. You gotta go wire up a reset and do the whole safe mode and all that stuff, which would not be very fun for a beginner. So I'm glad to have found that. I'm glad to have it fixed in a PR. And to do it the right way with that validate type. That seems like a nifty thing there that Jeff pointed us towards. So I'll try to remember to use that in the future. I think one of the actual usages was in bitmap tools where I had made, what's it called? Fill? Boundary fill, yeah. So actually I did see this before, back when I worked on this, but totally slipped my mind. But it seems like the perfect way to solve this, so I'm glad to get that fixed. Glad to get the library done. Like I said, I'll be working on like a Pac-Man clone, I think, for this device at some point in the future. But for now, I believe we're going to call it a day, so thank you everyone who tuned in. Thank you everyone who helped out in the chat. Appreciate all of you, and I will see you again next week at... Hey, stop! Might have just got my ball popped here. Hopefully not, but anyway, I'll see you all next week on Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Time. It's the normal time for the stream. So until then, hope everyone has a good week, weekend, day, everything in between.